Lisa and I had been married for 5 years. Ours was a whirlwind romance, meeting through mutual friends, dating for a year, and tying the knot soon after. Lisa was everything I ever wanted, smart, ambitious, and endlessly kind. Or so I thought. Life was good, or at least it seemed that way. We both worked demanding jobs, but we always made time for each other. Lisa worked as a marketing executive at a prestigious firm, and her career was thriving. I was proud of her. She worked long hours and often brought work home, but I never complained. I thought it was part of the grind, but over time, things began to feel off. It started with the late nights. Lisa's company was launching a massive campaign, and she said she needed to stay late to meet deadlines. At first, I believed her. She'd call to check in, sometimes sending pictures of her office desk scattered with papers and empty coffee cups. But the late nights turned into weekends. Then, she started missing dinners with me, saying she was too tired or needed to catch up on sleep. I told myself it was temporary, that once the campaign was over, things would go back to normal. But the distance between us only grew. Lisa seemed distracted, glued to her phone more than usual, and her once warm demeanor became cold. One evening, she came home wearing a new necklace I'd never seen before. When I asked about it, she said it was a gift from her boss, Michael, for her hard work. That didn't sit right with me. Who gives jewelry as a work gift? But I brushed it off, convincing myself I was being paranoid. The real blow came a few weeks later when I received an anonymous email. The subject line read, "You need to know the truth." Inside were screenshots of text messages between Lisa and Michael. I felt my stomach churn as I read them. The messages weren't just inappropriate, they were explicit. They talked about stolen moments during lunch breaks, secret meetups at hotels, and even jokes about how clueless I was. I couldn't believe it. The woman I had promised to love and cherish for the rest of my life had betrayed me, and with her boss, no less. That evening, I waited for Lisa to come home. She walked in, her face lighting up with a smile that now felt fake. I showed her the screenshots without saying a word. Her smile disappeared. "Where did you get these?" she asked, her voice trembling. "Does it matter?" I replied. "Are they true?" She tried to deny it at first, but the evidence was overwhelming. When she realized there was no way out, she broke down, crying and begging for forgiveness. She said it was a mistake, that she never meant to hurt me, and that Michael had been a distraction during a rough patch in our marriage. I couldn't believe the audacity. A rough patch? She hadn't mentioned anything about being unhappy. I was blindsided. Lisa begged me not to throw away everything we'd built. She promised to end things with Michael and go to therapy, but I couldn't see a way forward. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, and ours was shattered. The divorce process was brutal. Lisa's affair became the talk of her office, and Michael was fired for violating company policies. She moved out, and we divided our assets. For months, I was a wreck. I couldn't sleep, couldn't focus at work, and replayed every moment of our marriage, wondering where it all went wrong. But slowly, I began to heal. I leaned on friends and family, started therapy, and rediscovered parts of myself I'd lost during our marriage. I realized that Lisa's betrayal wasn't a reflection of my worth but of her own shortcomings. Looking back, I'm grateful for that anonymous email. It gave me the truth, even if it was painful. And while it took time, I found peace in knowing I deserve better.